everyone, welcome back to my channel. I'm Kyle. This is Kontour by Kyle, and today I have a really fun tutorial. I did some music festival inspired makeup because I'm going to a festival called North Coast right here in Chicago this weekend. Actually, by the time this video up, I should be there already. So I wanted to do some fun makeup, and I used all 4 of the Colourpop Tie Dyes that were very limited edition. So I did use all 4 of the Colourpop Tie Dyes that they came out with. So these were a lot of fun to work with, and I also did some fun eyeliner and a really pretty like cranberry lip, which is from Milani. So be sure to subscribe before you leave, give me a thumbs up, comment down, say hi, and let's get started with this tutorial. So first I'm going to be priming my face with the NYX Angel Veil primer to ensure that my makeup stays on all day. And then for foundation, I'm going to be going in with the Tarte Rainforest of the Sea Water Foundation, and I'm just going to start dotting that all over my face. To get a more dewy finish on my foundation, I'm going to be using this Farsali Rose Gold Elixir, and I'm just dropping that on my brush and then just going directly onto my face and buffing in that foundation. For concealer, I'm going to be using my Too Faced Born This Way Naturally Radiant Concealer. I really love how this concealer looks after it's all blended out. It gives a really pretty porcelain finish. And then to highlight, I'm going to be using my Tarte Shape Tape Concealer in the shade Fair. To dampen my beauty sponge, I'm going to be using the Tarte Rainforest of the Sea Marine Boosting Mist, and this also just helps to give a really dewy finish. Doing a little bit of cream contouring. For this, I'm just using my Tarte Shape Tape Concealer again in the shade Medium, and I'm just going to be putting that on the hollows of my cheek, on the outsides of my nose, around the perimeter of my forehead, and then down my jawline. And then I'm just going to be blending this out with a damp beauty sponge. I'm going to be using a very light coat of the Too Faced Primed Poreless Skin Smoothing Pressed Powder. I don't want it to be completely mattified, but I at least want to set it so that it won't come off later. And then to do a little bit of bronzing and to set that cream contour, I'm using my Too Faced Milk Chocolate Solei in the shade Light to Medium Matte Bronzer. And this I'm taking on my e.l.f. Bare Beautifully Blending brush. I forget what it's called. A lot of beads. I'll link it down below. But I'm just using this brush to buff it into my skin and to make a really pretty bronzed effect. For blush, I'm going to be using my Milani Baked Blush in the shade 05 Luminoso, and I'm doing so on my e.l.f. blush brush, just doing a really light layer on the apples of my cheeks and then blending backwards. For a little bit of liquid highlight, I'm going to be using my NYX Born to Glow Liquid Illuminator in the shade 01 Sunbeam. And at first I'm just dotting this on my face with my fingers, and then I'm going to go in with a damp beauty blender to blend it out. And then to powder highlight, I'm going to put on top of this the KathleenLights and Makeup Geek collab highlighting palette and the shade Starlight. To prime my eyes, I'm using the Urban Decay Eyeshadow Primer Potion in the shade Original, and I'm just putting that all over my eyelid. Excuse me. And then to set that, I'm going into the Power of Makeup palette by Nikki Tutorials and Too Faced and setting that with this matte white shade called Ivy. To start with the Colourpop eyeshadows, I'm taking the shade Summer Lovin', and it's just this beautiful bronzy shade, and I'm using this on a synthetic crease brush, and I'm just going to start buffing that into my crease. Next I'm taking the shade Meow, and it's this beautiful lilac purple, and I'm going to be placing this using my finger all over the inner half of my eyelid. Next I'm taking the shade Pop Rocks, which is this beautiful blue, has some purple reflex in it, and I'm going to be putting this all over the outer half of my eyelid, and I'm going to start blending those two colors as they meet in the middle, and then I'm also going to take this Pop Rocks shade and go on my lower lash line and extend a little bit into my under eyes. And then next I'm going to be taking the shade Mermaid Kiss, and it's just this beautiful neon green shade, and I'm going to be taking this on the lower half of my inner corner, and then I'm going back with Meow, and I'm just going to intensify that and add it to my lower lash line right in the middle, kind of sandwiching it between Pop Rocks and Mermaid Kiss. Next I'm going to be taking this fluffier synthetic brush and just start to buff out that blue so there are no harsh edges, but buffing out with a brush is going to lose some intensity, so I just went back in with my finger and intensified it. And then for eyeliner, I'm taking my Morphe Gel Potted Liner in the shade Slate, and I'm using my Morphe M250-0 brush to apply a wing. What I do to clean up the edges is I take a really small, precise brush and I just rub it along a makeup remover pad or whatever kind of makeup remover you have, and this way it just helps you get really close in there and helps you clean up those edges. And then you can go back and fix the intensity, make it a little bit more black, and then also you can go in with that same small brush and help to put back some eyeshadow that you might have taken off during the cleaning up process. I didn't realize that I wasn't filming during this part, but I just used my NYX white liquid liner to add some dots to the outside of my black liner. And then for my waterline, I'm just going to be using this Sonia Kashuk white eyeliner. Now I'm just going to curl my lashes and go in with some Kiko Extra Sculpt Volume Mascara for my top lashes. And then for my bottom lashes, I always like using the Wet n Wild Mega Length because the brush is really small, so you can really get in there and define those lower lashes. Lashes, I did my Ardell Wispies, and that is the completed eye look. And then for the lip, I'm going to be using the Milani shade 17 in Plumrose, which is just this gorgeous like cranberry shade. And I think it really ties in with like the colorful aspect without making it like too obnoxious, if that makes sense. And that completes this look. I hope you guys like it. I had a ton of fun doing it, and I hope you all have a wonderful weekend. Please subscribe before you leave, and I will see you later.